Hello to my beautiful and incredible fellow yogis, and welcome back to your mat. We will be starting today's yoga flow in an easy seated position, preparing ourselves for some breath work, some meditation, and for a chance to connect with our bodies. I remember when I first started my yoga journey how difficult it could be to get through even a 10-minute video, or how uncomfortable I would be when closing my eyes, even in the comfort of my own home. It's like I couldn't escape the thoughts of all of the things that needed to be done, the people I needed to respond to, or just daily outside distractions that I know get the best of us sometimes. So while we sit here together today, let's be intentional about every inhale and every exhale. Let's quiet the chatter in our mind and get rid of any distractions, as we have nowhere else to be but right here, right now. Let's enjoy this silence and make our minds a peaceful place to be. So close your eyes, sit up tall, put your shoulders back, and allow every breath to connect you deeper with the present moment. You may keep your eyes closed through the remainder of our practice to keep yourself present and free from distraction. And to begin, we will reach our hands up on an inhale, and as we exhale, we will release them down by our sides. Doing this twice more, inhaling to the sky, maybe pausing at the top, and exhale, letting it go. Now inhale for a third time, reach for the sky, and as you exhale, find prayer hands at heart center, taking a moment to set an intention for your day or for your practice. And then as we inhale, we'll reach our hands up to the sky, exhale them down by our sides, and drop our right ear towards our right shoulder to find some neck circles, taking this as fast or as slow as you need today, but being intentional through your movement and pausing anywhere that you feel tension. Making sure that you rotate both directions and that you keep your spine nice and long and your posture good with your shoulders back in their pockets. We will now bring our heads to center, and on an inhale, reach our hands for the sky. As we exhale, we'll pull our arms into cactus arms, activating the muscles on our back. As we inhale, we'll reach for the sky, and as we exhale, pull down powerfully and intentionally, connecting breath with movement and acknowledging just how strong you are by pulling your arms down intentionally and activating the muscles in your arms, side body, back, and shoulders. On your next exhale, you can release your hands down by your sides and slowly make your way into a tabletop position with your knees stacked under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. We'll find some cat-cows by arching our bellies towards our mat on an inhale, opening up our chest and looking towards the sky to find our cow. And as we exhale, we'll push the earth away from us, rounding our shoulders up towards the sky and dropping our chin towards our chest to find our cat. Continue syncing breath with movement, dropping your bellies on your inhales and rounding your shoulders up to the sky on your exhales, while making sure to keep a solid connection and staying grounded with the earth through your fingertips and your shins. Finishing out your last pose, we will then meet at a neutral neck and spine, curl our back toes under, and as we exhale, we'll press our hips up to the sky to find our downward facing dog. Here we'll take a big inhale, leaving a generous bend in our knees and pressing into our fingertips, and then as we exhale, we'll slowly make our way into a plank. Taking a big inhale, sucking your belly button up towards your spine and pressing the earth away from you. Then as you exhale, slowly lower your belly onto your mat, planting your fingertips just a few inches above your shoulders. As we inhale, we'll press our chest away from the earth, and as we exhale, we'll bring ourselves back down onto the ground. As we inhale, we'll then again peel our chest up, and as we exhale, we'll slowly lower. Syncing breath with movement and feeling those back muscles turn on as you inhale, and as you exhale, let it all go. You may take this on your own time with your own breath. We will now bring ourselves to the earth by laying one side of our face onto the ground and extending our arms out besides us, giving the earth a big hug here, actively pressing into your palms and into your fingers, thanking the earth for all that it has done for you and for all that it does for us, providing us with support, with shelter, a beautiful place to live, with love and nature and animals. And then go ahead and switch on to the other side of your face, making sure that we are getting balanced and connected to the earth here. Now planting your hands onto your mat next to your shoulders, we'll take a big inhale, curl our back toes under, and as we exhale, we'll press ourselves into a plank position, taking an inhale and then exhaling into our downward facing dog. You can alternately bend one knee at a time here to find a stretch in the calves, making sure that your shoulders are turned away from your ears and that you're actively reaching your hips towards the sky so that you may find a nice long spine. On your next inhale, reach both heels towards the mat, and as you exhale, slowly walk to the top of your mat to find your forward fold. Keeping a generous bend in your knees, go ahead and clasp opposite elbows so that your head and neck may hang heavy. You can rock from side to side here to really release any tension in your back body. On your next exhale, you can release your hands and slowly roll vertebrae by vertebrae to a standing position. Then inhale your hands up to the sky and exhale them down by your side, placing all of your weight into your left foot. We'll grab a hold of our right foot, going near a wall or a couch if needed for support today. Keeping your hips in alignment with one another, you can start to slowly lean forward, finding a more intense stretch in the hamstring. Wherever you're at today, be careful not to force your body into anything that it's not ready for. And if you fall out, remember that you can always get back up and try again. We'll slowly release, leaving our weight in that left foot. We'll then bring our right leg out in front of us, hugging it in towards our body. Taking a big inhale, and then as you exhale, slowly release that right foot to the ground and rock your hips from side to side to realign your spine and connect back with your body. We'll then place all of the weight into our right foot, grab a hold of our left foot with our left hand, and wherever you may be at today, enjoy this stretch, stay grounded and balanced. You can choose a point of focus to keep your gaze on to help yourself feel more balanced here. Now slowly releasing your foot, keeping your weight in that right foot, we'll bring our left leg out in front of us, hug it in towards our body, and then we'll slowly release, bringing that left foot back onto our mat and rocking our hips from side to side. On our next inhale, we'll reach our hands to the sky, and as we exhale, dive our chest forward, planting our hands onto our mat and stepping back into our plank. taking an inhale, and then as you exhale, reach your hips up for downward facing dog. On an inhale, reach your right leg to the sky for three-legged dog with the option to drop your hip open to find scorpion. We'll then center our hips, returning to three-legged dog, and as we exhale, bring our right foot to the top of our mat, meeting in a low lunge. On an inhale, we'll go ahead and bring ourselves up onto our knee, and then when you're ready, you can extend your fingers up towards the sky. Making sure you're actively pulling both legs towards center. On an exhale, we'll bring our left elbow to the outside of our right knee to find a twist in the spine. We'll go ahead and release ourselves from this position, then planting our hands onto our mat and rocking our hips back to find a half split, keeping a soft bend in your knee. We'll then rock forward, curl our back toes under, and as we inhale, we'll press ourselves into a high lunge. Then as you exhale, drop into your warrior two. On an inhale, reach those front fingertips forward, facing your palm towards the sky, and as you exhale, take it back for reverse warrior. On an inhale, cartwheel your hands into your triangle position with the option to gaze up at your left fingertips to challenge your balance. We'll then cartwheel our hands onto our mat and bring our right foot back to meet our left for a plank. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, find your downward facing dog. Then on an inhale, we'll reach our left leg towards the sky to find our three-legged dog. You have the option to drop that hip open to find your scorpion. We'll then center our hips, and as we exhale, bring that left foot to the top of our mat to find our low lunge. Then whenever you're ready, on an inhale, we'll reach our fingertips up towards the sky. And on your next exhale, go ahead and bring that right elbow to the outside of your left knee to find a twist in your spine. You have the option to find prayer hands here to intensify the stretch just a little bit more. Then releasing your hands, planting them onto your mat and rocking your hips back for half split, making sure to keep your hips in alignment with one another. We'll then rock forward, curl our back toes under, and on an inhale, press ourselves up into a high lunge. As you exhale, drop your hands into warrior two, and as you inhale, reach those left fingertips forward, palm facing up, and exhale it back into reverse warrior. Then inhale, drop into your triangle pose, however that may look for you today. Then as you exhale, cartwheel both hands onto your mat, returning to your high lunge. We'll plant our left foot back by our right for a plank, and then when you're ready, exhale into your downward facing dog. Being intentional with your breath and remembering you can do hard things, take a big inhale, and as you exhale, slowly walk to the top of your mat, finding a forward fold. We'll then inhale, reach our fingertips in front of us, and sink our hips back to find our chair. Actively pressing into both feet, imagining as if you could use them to rip your mat apart. We'll then go ahead and stand up, rock our hips from side to side, and take a moment to recognize just how far you've come. We'll inhale, reach our hands to the sky, and then exhale, dive our chest forward, planting our hands onto our mat, stepping into our plank, and then exhaling into our downward facing dog. On your next inhale, you can reach your right leg to the sky for three-legged dog, and then exhale it to the top of your mat, landing in high lunge. Taking an inhale, and then as you exhale, cartwheel your hands into warrior two. Then on an inhale, we'll face our hips towards the front of the room, returning to our high lunge, placing all of your weight into your front foot and reaching that back foot off of the ground to find your warrior three. Actively shooting energy out your front fingertips and your heel. We'll then release, standing at the top of our mat, rocking our hips from side to side. We'll then inhale, reach our hands to the sky, and exhale, dive our chest forward, planting our hands onto our mat, stepping back into our plank, taking an inhale, and then exhaling into our downward facing dog. We'll then inhale, reach our left leg to the sky, and exhale, take it to the top to find your high lunge. Big inhale, and then exhale yourself into warrior two. We'll then inhale, face our hips forward, finding our high lunge, and on an exhale, place that weight into your left foot and find your warrior three on the other side. Remember, if you fall out, you can always get back up and try again. Now slowly release, standing in an upright position and rocking your hips from side to side. We'll then allow our arms to hang loosely and start to swing them, slapping your sides, letting yourself hang loosely, even if you might feel silly. Just enjoy the release and letting your body be free. Then standing long ways on your mat, taking your legs as wide as you need them to. On an inhale, we'll reach our hands to the sky, and on an exhale, we'll dive our chest forward, finding a wide-legged forward fold. Here is the chance for you to explore and have some fun by maybe placing your head onto your mat and preparing yourself for a headstand. If you are not yet there, please do not be hard on yourself and know that this takes time and practice and patience. Wherever you're at, stay connected with your breath and your body and remind yourself that you are strong and capable of incredible things. If you're in a headstand, you can slowly release, returning to our wide-legged forward fold, and then on an exhale, we'll slowly roll ourselves up into a standing position. Then inhaling our hands to the sky, we'll then face our hips towards the front of the room and plant our hands onto our mat, stepping back into our plank. Taking a big inhale here and then exhaling into your downward facing dog. Taking a complete inhale and then exhale, slowly lower back into your plank with the option to find your full chaturanga, or you can find a baby cobra on your belly. Once you've landed, you can go ahead and take a big inhale and then exhale, slowly sink your hips back and press yourself into a child's pose, allowing your arms to stretch long in front of you and your hips to sink back deeply, enjoying this release and this moment of stillness. You can stay here, or you can thread your right arm through the space between your left arm and left leg to find a stretch in the side body. Wherever you're at today, you should be so proud of yourself, so continue breathing and moving with love. If you've chosen to find a stretch in your side body, you can now alternate and thread the left arm through the space between your right arm and right leg. Now reaching both arms out in front of us, and as we exhale, we'll reverse cat our way to a tabletop position, then swing our legs out in front of us to find a staff pose. On an inhale, we'll reach our hands to the sky, and as we exhale, dive our chest forward, finding a seated forward fold, keeping the soft bend in your knees and allowing your upper body to relax and release. On an exhale, we'll slowly roll to a straight spine and plant our feet onto our mat, then rolling onto our back. Making sure that our heels are within fingertip distance from us, we'll take a big inhale, and as we exhale, we'll press into our heels, reaching our hips towards the sky to find a bridge pose. You're welcome to clasp your hands behind your back to find a bind. Wherever you're at, actively shoot energy through your heels and don't allow your knees to splay outwards. Instead, act as if there are magnets pulling your thighs together. Continue reaching your hips for the sky and continue staying with your deep yoga breath. Enjoy the shaking and remember that that only means you're getting stronger and your muscles are growing. You may now release, bringing your legs in towards your body and giving yourself a big hug here. You can rock from side to side to massage your low back. I'm so proud of how far you've come. We are almost finished. Now leaving your left leg in towards your body and extending your right leg out in front of you, we'll take a big inhale, and as we exhale, we'll drop our left leg over to the right side to find a spinal twist, making sure that your left shoulder stays in contact with the earth and that you're not forcing yourself into this twist. Now returning to center, bringing both legs in towards your body, rocking your hips from side to side, and then when you're ready, leaving your right leg in towards your body, you'll extend your left, and then take a big inhale, and as you exhale, you'll drop on over to the left side. Again, keeping your right shoulder in contact with the earth and allowing this twist to happen naturally. Now bringing both legs into your body for one final self-love hug, congratulating yourself for making it through today's practice and for honoring your body and giving yourself this time today. Now having some fun, we'll start to find some spinal rolls and slowly roll ourselves up into an easy seated position. You may return to closing your eyes if you feel called to do so today, and with good posture, a nice straight spine, and the crown of our head reaching towards the sky, we'll take 3 final and cleansing breaths together. We'll inhale, reach our hands to the sky. Exhale, place them down by our sides. Inhale, filling our lungs completely, shooting energy out our fingertips, and exhale, letting it all go. Last time, really making it count, inhaling up and then exhaling into prayer hands at heart center. Thank you so much for allowing me and trusting me to be the guide for your practice today. I am so proud of you for taking this time to take care of yourself, and you should be proud of you too. Namaste.